Welcome to another edition of James Martell's Coffee Talk, where James, successful publisher, speaker, and author of Online Success for Non-Techies, talks frankly and openly with experts from within the internet marketing industry about strategies and techniques you can use to develop a successful online presence for your personal or corporate brand. Here's your host, James Martell.
Hi, it's James Martell here with another edition of Coffee Talk. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Ros Phillips. She's the Director of Affiliate Relations for Link Connector. I believe, Ros, was that you just coming on the line?
That's correct, James. Hello.
Well, welcome. Thank you for joining me here.
No problem.
We just, as you know, you and I just got off the phone a few minutes ago, and we had a pretty good conversation going. I thought it would be nice to have that recorded, but here you are.
I always have plenty to say.
Yeah, you're never short for words, and you know the numbers of conversations you and I've had. I know the listeners are going to love what you have to hear. I was just thinking about the last time we'd met. We'd met in Disney World at the Hilton at the Affiliate Summit. That was one of those amazing conferences.
I had a great time and met a lot of good people there. It was a lot of fun. And good for business.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it was great to see your family there. And I looked down and see your son and your daughter. And your daughter's a splitting image of you, so she's adorable.
Well, thank you.
So maybe we can just jump into this. Why don't you give the listeners a little bit about your background and how you, your role at Link Connector, and then maybe we'll chat a little bit about Link Connector and what the company does.
Well, my background in the affiliate industry, it comes from working at a website that was a tax portal. Basically, we got into affiliate marketing as an affiliate and as a merchant trying to drive traffic to our website on a cost-per-click basis. Mm-hmm. So we were members of other networks, and while we enjoyed features of all the different networks, it was just not what we wanted. It didn't cater for cost per click very well. We couldn't pull the data in ways that we really wanted to pull data. And so out of it, we developed our own platform. And then we realized how powerful our technology was, including the naked link technology that we started using. And then we realized that, if we got so much benefit out of this technology, that other merchants could benefit from it as well, merchants and affiliates. And so that's how the idea came from just trying to solve our own tracking issues and getting affiliates and merchants on our website to developing our own network.
Terrific.
And so I've been doing it for about 5 years. We launched in August of 2004. We started the trials late of 2003 with our own merchant programs and affiliates, just our own in-house that we were still using for our tax portal. And then we launched to new merchants on the public merchants in August of 2004. But I've been working with affiliate and merchant industry since 2000.
Terrific. So
when I started working with the original company.
That's terrific. So you've been around, you've been on the net now for
7
years. Too long.
Too long, yeah.
So I understand that you also just, one of the things we like to talk about is a little bit about the lifestyle that as affiliates enjoy. But on your side, I understand you just moved as well. You moved from, I'm not sure where you were.
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs, okay. And now you're in Florida.
Correct. I moved from Colorado Springs this summer down to the Sunshine State. And the great thing about the industry is that I could just say, to the company, I want to keep working and I'm moving to Florida. And they said, fine, let us know how much time off. And I really didn't take any time off except to unpack the boxes as soon as I had internet. I actually hung out at Barnes & Noble's for a week waiting for the internet and my furniture to arrive. But I was still working full-time.
Yeah.
So it was really cool that so long as I've got my computer and internet access, I was able to work. And so that was really good for me and the company and all of my clients. Things like personal moves or holidays with the kids, all I need is an internet connection. Sometimes it's only just dial-up to check my emails to make sure that there's no issues that I really need to address. That and a cell phone, and I was set.
Yeah, it's this internet. I'm very similar. I pack my laptop around, or I head up to Whistler. This weekend, we're heading off up the Sunshine Coast in British Columbia here, just to a little cabin.
Oh, cool.
Right on the ocean for a week. So I'm bringing my laptop so I can pop in and check my stats and do what I need to do from time to time. And that's one of my only prerequisites, no matter where we're going, is I just need an internet connection.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to keep an eye on things. Other times you're really busy. You know, a lot of your business is cyclical, so you know when you can take time off or things are slow. So all you need to do is keep an eye on things. That's a great thing about what you do is you get to work. You get to choose, really, how hard you work. And
Absolutely.
Then your efforts should reflect, your reward should reflect your efforts.
You bet. Now, I've got quite a list of questions for you here, and I want to just maybe give you a little heads up to what's coming. I'd like to talk about, during this time we have, a few things. One of them would be conferences. A lot of people are, there's a lot of affiliate conferences or conferences related to the affiliate industry, and I know you've traveled to a number of them, and you and I have met up at quite a few of them. So I'd like to talk about that. I'd like to talk about Link Connector and some of the programs that you have with your advertisers, your merchants. And so maybe you could give the listeners a little bit of a inside scoop as to some of the programs that are converting well, and give your merchants a little plug, because we're always looking for new topics. And then maybe we'll just wrap up with, you could tell us at the end your contact information and how affiliates could get a hold of you. So let's start by talking about these conferences. I've been going to them. I'm just thinking, I'm heading off to Commission Junction University next month. That's my fifth or sixth time down there into Santa Barbara. And I know you and I've met up in Affiliate Summit a couple of times. I think we ran into each other at PubCon last year.
Correct, in Vegas.
In Las Vegas. That might have been, where did we first meet? Do you remember?
It was PubCon in Las Vegas last year.
PubCon.
And then we bumped into each other again soon after that.
You bet. So PubCon, that's pubcon.com. That's the Webmaster World conference, which basically focuses on search engines and in the area of natural search and paid search, and the whole conference is based around that. So
it's really focused on the webmaster and websites.
Well, from your perspective as an affiliate manager, from the conferences that you've attended, which specific conference, or maybe a couple of them, would you recommend that an affiliate should make sure that they get to every year? I really think that my favorite two for affiliates are Affiliate Summit and Webmaster World PubCon. And I think they serve different purposes. I think Affiliate Summit is really geared towards the affiliate. They've now come up with a new track for merchants, but as an affiliate, I think it really caters to the basic information about affiliate marketing, and you'll get a lot of assistance and help and a lot of exhibitors on the show floor that will talk to you about affiliate marketing and how to make money from just the relationships. But thinking about PubCon, I think the different emphasis was on the webmaster. I think if you need help designing a better website or SEO, search engine optimization, learning just, the tips and tricks of the tool about how valuable about space above the fold is, or even if you don't know what above the fold means, then perhaps PubCon is really good for you. After you get your feet wet, I think it's different. If you're a techie, you may not need it. It may be too light information for you. But if you're non-technical at all, got the affiliate program side kind of understood, then PubCon would be a good step for you. That's great advice. And that's normally, I think the next one coming up is in November in Las Vegas. And
they always pick a really good location. Always one. I think it's always one in Vegas. Same as Affiliate Summit. If you can wait around for the year, the January for Affiliate Summit is usually in Vegas as well.
Yeah. That's great. The nice thing about Vegas, too, is it's easy to get to. There's a lot of very, cheap flights, and rooms and accommodations are, there's always a package to be had, a package deal to be had. So there's really, it's probably the best bargain as far as having to travel somewhere. I think the organizers of these conferences are really cognizant that affiliates often start out part-time at nights, on weekends. A lot of
homebodies or unemployed trying to earn pocket money to start with, and then
That's
it becomes a business as they grow, and so finances are not necessarily available, and it all has to come out of what they earn, and it's a chicken and the egg thing. You need the information, you need to go make all these contacts and get to know the right people and learn the information at these conferences, but you've got to earn the money to get there. So it's a really good chicken and the egg question, and sometimes people have the finances to invest in their business if they want to grow it into a really good online business. So
yes,
it just depends on where you're sitting financially.
It's definitely an eye-opener, I find, for people that are probably just new to the industry and just getting involved, that when they get down there, they see the scope of it, and then they talk to the merchants and they hear the money that's being made and being paid out in commissions. It's an eye-opener.
If you were sitting on the fence, I really think one of these would actually make you choose whether to take it into a business environment or leave it as pocket money or just give up altogether. I think you'd get a really good feel on how committed you are to your business model, how serious you are about getting it done, and what it will take or what's possible within your lifestyle and how you want to approach it at one of these conferences. I think I always come back so charged about the possibilities. I come back with 1,000 ideas of things I want to do, too many people, or not, there's never too many people, but, so many people that I want to reach out to and help build their businesses, etc. And so I find them exhilarating.
Yeah.
But, that's this is my forte.
I find that, the merchants, they treat us as publishers, as affiliates, like kings. So it's great. I mean, your booth and stuff, you had a booth down there last year. Imagine you have a booth at both PubCon and Affiliate Summit coming up?
We expect to, yes. We'll definitely be at Affiliate Summit, and I will definitely be at PubCon.
Terrific. So if people can track you down and say hello and come up to your booth?
They certainly can. That's what we're there for, to meet people and talk to them about what they're doing and how we can help them with their online revenue.
You bet.
Whatever you ask, we'll try and answer for you and give you as much assistance as possible.
That's great. That's a good, it's a good time to shift gears and maybe talk a little bit about Link Connector. And, there's some questions I have that are kind of, I think people would be interested in hearing, and I'm always interested in hearing. A simple thing like, what do you see in a successful affiliate? Or, in other words, tell us, you've obviously dealt with a lot of very successful affiliates. Do you see any common denominators with their businesses and the way they do things?
Yeah, other than a business, a drive to get things done or to achieve. I think that's, just a personal trait in life that's going to make them succeed in whatever they do, but they've chosen affiliate marketing. The ability to have a rapport or build a rapport with the individuals, I find it just makes it so easy. It's like a give and take relationship. You allow me to help you or let you know what information I have, and then you can take and run with that. But I think people who are willing to learn from what they do with their website, the trial and error, the research, the information that they're going to give, and then kind of a business savvy that really wants them to deal with it as a business. They have a passion for what they do, whether it be selling shoes or advertising widgets. They have a passion for their content and a drive to be the best website that they have.
Terrific. What would you say that you would like to see if you could find an affiliate? What do you want them to do? I guess obviously contact you.
I want them to contact me to share their passion so that I can help them with it. They came to me and said, I love bathroom accessories. I have that many matching towel sets and I have little soap pumps or whatever. Then allow me to help you find the best merchants for you. Just share your passion with me. Share what your ideas, what you want to do with your website, the kind of things that you would like to promote, the knowledge that you have about what it is that you want to do. And from that, you can just discuss, and then the marketing ideas and the matches with the merchants just jump out from there. The opportunities just come out of just general conversation.
Yes.
And then beyond that, if you really have a website and you're really experienced and you know what you're doing, I'm all for, hey, this is what I've got, these are my stats, this is what I need, and I need this dollar amount. Know your business. And, we'll work with that. We'll work with both ends of the spectrum. We want to help those people get into the industry, and then we want to deal, obviously, with the professionals who are already there, know their stuff, and can just come out and say, this is what I want, or this is what I'd really like, this is how I need to do it, to the point where we'll give you a list of things that might meet your criteria. Give us your criteria. And then we'll give you a list of campaigns that we feel fit within the criteria that you gave us. We're all about assisting you achieve your goals.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of affiliates are starting to realize, that you're there to help them do their business. And that, I've heard so many stories over the years where the affiliate finally picked up the phone and called the affiliate manager and, struck a great conversation and learned a lot, and then next thing you know, they've taken that little website that was, kind of limping along, maybe making $200 or $300 a month, and then pushing it into a very profitable place just by working closely with the affiliate manager. So it's good advice that you give there. It's very good. I know you had a chance to come down and join us at the boot camp, the live boot camp last June.
That was so much fun.
Wasn't that fun? It was good, and it's always good to you put 25 people in a room talking about affiliate programs and learning about how to do it and the possibilities. It's amazing. I that really charges me up too. You had shared with us a number of your merchants, number of the advertisers that Link Connector represents. Maybe we could talk about some of them, or if you have others you wanted to discuss, some of the hot products that maybe you're selling, or some cool ideas for topics, that type of thing. Anything come to mind?
Well, really right now we just finished the Back to School program. I think, in marketing it's so you can look for a calendar of events related to your content on your website, and that's one of the smartest things we're working with our affiliates with right now.
With a calendar of events, what would you mean by that?
Well, if you're a shopping site, we have bagsby.com, and they sell bags. But they do promotions related to a calendar of events for their market. And so right now they're just finishing up. It's still running, but it's beginning of August.
Yes.
So they're now running back to school promotion. So anybody who's selling bags could be promoting the back to school, and so it's really going to push their sales because it's a very hot topic for that market.
Just because of the time of year, because school's coming.
Because the time of the year. So you look at your 12-month calendar and pick the content products or special events. We just finished up the summer weddings, and so our wedding, American Bridal, and Reed's Jewelers were doing very well for the summer. So they're great websites that provide everything for weddings. Reed's Jewelers have gifts and things as well, so they have product feeds. So it allows any kind of content site with any type of search functionality to download the product feeds or have them automatically transferred to their website and into their database. So a user can come along, search the affiliate website, and find products, and they don't leave the affiliate site until they hit the Buy Now button. So you don't lose the traffic or the user until they've actually found the product.
Right.
And they can be implemented with many different products or many different merchants. So you're actually offering a better shopping experience using the product feeds.
Yes.
And so American Bridal for the summer, you've got, Reed's Jewelers all year round for all of the different special events. You've got the holidays coming up. I have some affiliates who are now getting ready to set up their website for the holiday period because it's shopping starts October.
Yes.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Ramadan, whatever it may be.
Yes.
You've got the holiday period, and then you've got the tax. So any financial website would be looking at your tax products. We have
coming
tax
up
apps.
Early next year.
It comes up in the U.S. We start e-filing on the 15th, so that's January, but people start getting their campaigns together in October for taxes.
You know, how difficult is it, or how easy is it to set up these product feeds?
You need a search functionality on your website.
Okay.
So we are going to be doing some creatives in HTML to give you a search box.
Yes.
To make it easier for you to be able to just put that on your site, and then you'll search on Link Connector but get the products, the information on your website.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of affiliates are going, oh, how do I use your product feed?
That's right.
Well, unfortunately, we don't code your site. We do a lot of assistance, but we can't come and code your website. You need to be able to do that.
Well, and this is where, you know, a good example of where I would go over to a service such as Elance or Rent-A-Coder or one of these, Getacoder.com or Rent-A-Coder.com or Elance.com, where you could actually go in and describe exactly what you just said briefly. And you could even explain that I don't know how to do this, but Link Connector has this product feed that I would like to integrate into my site, post it as a project, and I'll bet you, in fact I know it, I've done it I won't say a million times, that's a little extreme, but a number of times where all of a sudden you got 20 different programmers sitting there says, I'll set it all up for you and it'll cost you $40 or it'll cost you $180.
Yes, product feeds are really only a table of information, like a spreadsheet.
Yep.
But it's in XML or a CSV, if you know what they are. But it's like a spreadsheet that you just have in a table sitting on your website, and when they do a search query, or just enter a keyword in a little box, it just lists all the results. So it's no different to anything in any other search. So if you have search on your website, you just integrate these tables into your current tables. If you don't have search on your site, then it's very simple. As you say, you just go get code from somewhere.
Well, go hire somebody.
You've got go hire somebody from one of these Rent-A-Coders or etc. And it's, you know, for those people who are doing code, it's not a big deal at all. It's a very easy functionality. Unfortunately, I'm not a coder, so that's the limit of my knowledge on how to use a product feed. But they do offer a lot of good things for websites that want to use search within their website. One of the things it does do, they do allow, is deep linking, and we know that deep linking does help create a higher conversion rate because
maybe you could explain to the new listeners what deep linking is.
Well, deep linking is actually when you have information on your website. Maybe you have an article about barbecues or something, for those that have read James's latest edition. And instead of just pointing somebody to the home page of a merchant that does somewhere on their site sell barbecues, you're actually using a URL for the merchant to land the user onto the barbecue page.
Yes.
So the user experience is enhanced and conversions are generally higher because they've gone from your website right to the product that they're very interested in.
Yeah, so they don't have to dig through.
Correct. If you can't use a product feed because you don't have search functionality, you can still use links from a product feed or deep links. You don't have to just put banners or a simple text link. You can use a deep link about product specific on your website to help conversions.
Yeah.
So you can pick them from a warehouse that belong to the content information on your website.
Oh, that's terrific. Now, this technology and the way it's going is getting more and more exciting all the time. And one of the things I talked about in the revisited version of the handbook, the 3rd edition, was for affiliates, and new and old, to start embracing some of this technology and not to be scared of it, and go find, yourself a coder, somebody that understands how to put this together. Because like you said, Ross, to them it's, water off a duck's back. They do it all day long, and they can probably do it in quite a few minutes, maybe an hour or two, and the cost is negligible compared to the upside. So it's really worth taking the time to learn how to start to use these new technologies. So thanks for
Yeah, what's really interesting with the product feeds, it's a standard link. And so standard linking has its benefits because you can deep link, and then you have the other side of the coin is the Link Connector's naked link technology, which only allows you to land on the pages that the merchant has specified.
Yeah.
And so they both have their benefits. They both have their upsides to what you want to do and how you want to run your website. And then the naked link technology allows you to be, editorial in nature, linked directly to the merchant site.
Yes.
Spiders can't see any affiliate coding. There's no tracking in the URL. But it is limited in that you can't do deep linking, and so then you have to consider the trade-off for what your website is. Is it editorial? Do you want to keep it that way, or do you want to have product-specific deep links to aid the user experience? And so there's a place for all of this technology, and depending upon your promotional method to get traffic to your website, whether it's just organic, if it's organic, the SEO benefits versus the user experience. So there's a lot to think about when you start thinking about technology, and I hate to overwhelm anyone with it all. But just
and that's a good point, because although some of this may be confusing to people, I would imagine a lot of this information is available on your website.
Correct. There's a lot of information about the naked link technology from Link Connector. And then, if you ever wanted to just pick up the phone and call me, you can do that through the Link Connector phone number at the main office.
So if somebody's sitting there and they've decided that they want to start integrating some of this technology, and they've gone and found themselves a coder who is going to do the work for them, and then there's a question or two along the way, of course you guys are there to help.
Most certainly. We have contact support. You can send an email even without an account with us. Just go to contact on the homepage, and you'll find support there, and you can just email us directly.
That's great.
You don't have to sign up and log in, although we would love you to sign up and look at our merchants and check us out. You can certainly email us and contact us.
Yeah, I would recommend it highly. You guys are a great network to work with, no question about it. Could I, if I could, because you attended the boot camp, would you mind sharing your thoughts on how that went? I know you had a chance to sit there, and there was a room full of 25 affiliates who, a lot of them were brand new, some of them had been around for a while, and there was a few veterans in the room that had built very successful businesses. But from the perspective of the merchant, which you were representing, Link Connector, what did you see as far as, maybe you could just give us your take on what you saw happen over those 2.5, 3 days?
I pretty much saw the light bulb turn on, for an analogy.
Yeah.
There's a room full of people, new and old, and just because you've been doing it maybe 5 years, maybe 2 years, you've got traffic to your website, and you've been making a couple of $100 a month, and you're really excited, and you think you know what you're doing, and you've been to these other summits and things. I really think that the analogy of the newbie, or everybody has something to learn, whether it's through offhand comments, chatting over a cup of coffee with people in the same environment.
Yes.
And I think that the people who so desperately wanted to start and looked around and went, my gosh, there's too much information, I don't know where to start. And one of your affiliates said it was like trying to drink from a fire hose. He just said, his technical background, he owned a software company, he retired with his fortune, I guess, and he just wanted to do something to keep his mind active and do something he enjoyed, but it all has to be technical because that's what his thing is.
You bet.
And he said, I want to do affiliate marketing. And he said, I understand it all, but where do I start?
That's right. And that's why he came to the boot camp.
He came to the boot camp because he had heard that there's a simple step process. Don't get ahead of yourself. Follow these steps, and you're going to be successful. And success is relative to the amount of effort and how closely you follow the guidelines and all the steps. And when I read these steps, I thought, my gosh, that's what I've been telling people to do for a long time, but not so succinctly.
Right.
And, I didn't have enough depth of every single step, because it depends on what questions the affiliate asks as to which bit of information I would think to give them.
Right.
But the boot camp just gave the steps. It gave them in order, asking you, just because you know the 8th step, don't do it until you've done the first 7.
That's
because you'll get ahead of yourself. And so people who had picked their topics, had websites, had gone, oh my gosh, that's why I'm not getting traffic, is because I picked the wrong market. I picked an oversaturated market. Or, it's great traffic, but I'm just not interested. I don't refresh my website. I don't write articles because I just don't care about my topic, you know. And so it was great to see the light bulb turn on for new and old affiliates, old as in more experienced
yes.
affiliates. And so that was really exhilarating to be part of that. I really
Well, it was really good
to
have you in the room because when questions would come up relating to specific programs, and it was great to have a camera crew in the room as well, so we could capture your answers. To have you talk, when somebody asks a specific question about how to make money with affiliate programs, and their question was, nothing comes to mind, but there was bunches of them, and the answers only come because the question was there, and because of the environment, there was some magic going on. So
yeah, I think that was a special bonus of being present, is that the questions just come straight to you, and you can get an answer immediately, where you can't do that in other mediums. While the information is still great, personalizing your answer to a specific person's question is part of customer service that I really enjoy.
Absolutely. One of the things that we've decided to do here in the training end of the business, and I don't even know if you're aware of it, other than a brief mention I gave you just before we got on the call here, but we've decided to do an online boot camp. And again, I'm going to invite you back to it, because if you're available, just because of, I'd like to get Link Connector involved with it. But the idea behind the boot camp is, instead of doing all 8 steps in a 2.5-day period and having to bring people in from all over the world, because that's where they were coming from, and the costs associated with the travel and the flights, and then the cost of the boot camp itself, because we need to cover the hotel and the food and the meals and all the stuff that goes with it. We've decided to we're going to continue with the live, but for those people that want to do an online version of the boot camp, we've come up with a format where we're going to be teaching the 8 steps, 1 step per week, via the internet through an online conference room. So if people follow along, and it'll be the same format that we did live, where I'll present the step, then we'll go to a live question and answer period, so people can ask their questions, get clear on what they need to do, and then for the next week, they will actually do the work. And then the following week, we'll meet back online. I'll answer any questions that came up with the previous step. I'll present the next step, and then we'll go to a live Q&A. And again, then they'll go and they'll do the work for the next week. So we'll do this for a period of 8 weeks till the end of the sessions. They will have a complete website up and running, and they're away to the races. And they've had their questions answered as they came up as they're doing the business. So
I think there's just so many great benefits to doing it online with a group of people. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that have bought your book and have read the book and think that they'll just get to the next step or work on that step when the kids go to bed.
That's right.
Or
they don't quite get
on the weekend or after the housework's done. Whatever excuses, life just gets in the way. But if you're committed to the hour or whatever it is once a week, you're going to achieve so much more in that 1 hour, having people work with you on it and tasking yourself to do it for the following week.
Yes.
The motivation and just the synergy that comes from working with other people, I think there would be such a benefit to anybody who needs a kickstart, wants help. There's some people who can go jogging, marathon jogging. There's other people who need an aerobics class.
That's right.
There's just different types of people, and I think exercising your success and developing good, healthy goals is really part of the steps of being successful, and I think this would be a good start.
Absolutely.
I think it would be a great way to start.
So if you are available, I'd like to get you on for at least a couple of the sessions so you can tie in, so we can chat about that at a later date. I actually limited the class size to 50, and actually we're sold out already. So we're going to put a form up on the boot camp site, which they can be reached at jamesmartell.com, where they can be notified when the next class will begin. The other thing that we're doing with this class, Ross, is we're going to be recording the entire online session as well over the 8 steps, which will work in conjunction with the video that we shot in the live session in June. So it's going to be a real nice 1-2 training program for people that really want to dig in and learn how to do it.
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited about it. So I'm glad to hear that you'll participate, because you bring a lot of knowledge and fun to the event. So
well, that's the whole part, is working in a fun environment. You got to love what you do.
Oh yeah, totally. So we're just about coming up to the end here. I think we got about a couple minutes left. Why don't you give your contact information for Link Connector, and maybe give, if you have some thoughts that you may want to leave the affiliates with, please feel free to share them.
Okay, well, you can contact me, Ros Phillips, at ros.phillips, Phillips, at linkconnector.com. And you can call the main office at 919-468-5150. Or just go online to the Contact Us and say, hey, I want to contact Ros. Any way that you get hold of us is great. The more information that we can help you with, the better. As well as, when you're looking for what you do and you find that niche that you just are passionate about, contact us, speak to people. There's just a wealth of information and people and resources that want to help you be successful in this industry. And, think about the Link Connector merchants and how they can complement your website and how they work in. And so give us a call or email and let us help you to be success. Let us be part of your success.
That's terrific. And, of course, they can also reach you on your website, which is www.linkconnector.com. linkconnector.com. So that's great.
Correct. So there's
Ros,
contact us from there.
I want to thank you very much. The information you shared has been awesome. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to really like what they heard here, and it's a pleasure to get you on the call, and we'll see you in a few months, I guess 3 months, in Las Vegas at PubCon.
Correct.
And then again, probably at Affiliate Summit again in Vegas.
Definitely.
So looks like we got some Vegas trips coming up.
We have a date in the bar.
Absolutely. So thanks again.
Thanks for the opportunity, James.
You betcha. Thanks, Ros.
Bye-bye.
To learn more about James Martell, the School of Internet Marketing, and how you or someone on your staff can quickly and easily learn how to develop a successful online presence for your personal or corporate brand, visit theschoolofinternetmarketing.com. That's www.theschoolofinternetmarketing.com.